Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the stud buds. Everybody watches the stud buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Heiderman, man. Listen, stud buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese didn't just have turnovers. She was practically hosting a giveaway special. 9 of them. Like, you get a ball, everybody gets a ball. Meanwhile, the opposing squad wasn't just competing. They were clowning, turning the hardwood into an open mic night. This wasn't a basketball game. This was Slapstick Live on ESPN. If you've ever wondered what it looks like when pure confidence collides with total chaos, buckle in. Because this game was less sports and more roast session, and the smoke is still in the air.
Angel Reese had 9 turnovers. Listen, y'all got to stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop, yo. Y'all gotta stop.
One single mistake away from a triple-double. Yeah, you heard me right. Angel Reese almost stumbled into a historic stat line, but not the kind you brag about. More like the kind you scrub from memory. 9 turnovers. 9. That's not just sloppy, that's practically handing out charity possessions. She was serving up the rock like she was running a donation drive for defenders. Here, fam, enjoy the free fast break.
In the entire WNBA and Angel Reese in garbage time. We saw it. Angel Reese last year against the Fever with like 2 minutes to go. She needed to, I think it was like 6 points and 3 rebounds. And she went and caught like 2 rebounds and then immediately goes at Victoria Saxton 3 times in a row.
At some point, you gotta ask, is this intentional? Because the way the coaching staff is letting it happen, it feels less like basketball strategy and more like experimental theater. The second she's involved in actual offensive action, the lane looks like an LA freeway at rush hour. You can almost hear the paint screaming in protest every time she parks herself in there like she's camping out. And don't even whisper pick and roll. The only rolling is the ball trickling into the opponent's hands.
Paces after this opponent, gets close to her during a box out, grabs her by her hips, and hip tosses her, throwing her to the ground. She stands up, she walks over to this opponent, bends over, screams in her face, and flips her the double bird. That's the WNBA gold. We're gonna get into it. And the laughter, oh, Angel. Oh, my angel, you're my darling, angel. You've been playing well, Angel. I give it to you. You've been playing well. But every now and then, those stinkers, oh man.
So instead of letting her bulldoze the offense, they've slapped a cute little label on it, facilitator. Which is great, if this were recess. But this is pro ball, not playtime. Facilitator basically translates to, we don't trust you to finish, just hand it off before we all regret this. Because if she isn't tossing a pass, she's clanking shots. If she isn't clanking, she's flailing. And if she isn't flailing, she's walking, literally and spiritually, far, far away from the rim.
Like, there's absolutely no foul in that. She gets a good whistle, jumps up, and then goes at somebody on the other team. Who's she go at? She goes at Diamond Miller, her former Maryland teammate. And, like, Angel's 1 tech off a suspension as well. And is like, anytime anyone gets into it with her, she's straight in their face. And I'm like, I don't mind that. But you just gotta be smart. To be fair, this guy sucks, so you might as well just go and take your, I'll say it.
And this goes deeper than just one bad night. At this point, it feels like a cover-up. Like the league itself doesn't want to admit what everyone's whispering, she's just not good. Not rough night bad. Not rookie still learning bad. We're talking why is she still getting minutes bad. There are yard ornaments with better footwork. Yet she's out there clogging the offense like gum stuck in a machine. Benching her? Oh, heaven forbid, that would expose months of PR hype and empty highlight reels. Instead, they let her wave her arms like a crossing guard while teammates scramble around trying to survive the chaos. Spoiler, She's not running an offense. She's running material for Shaqtin' a fool.
Just when I thought she was turning her season around, just when I thought Angel Reese was graduating from pretend basketball player to make-believe basketball player, the level where it's almost believable that Angel Reese is a basketball player. Just when I thought Angel Reese would pull through in the clutch and do America a favor. With a win last night against the Minnesota Lynx, Angel Reese would have become the most popular player in the WNBA dump. Well, Casey, that's simply not possible. Caitlin Clark will always be the most popular player in the WNBA.
The saddest part? You can literally see the team shrinking around her. The spacing collapses, the cuts stop, everybody plays like they're avoiding a live grenade. This isn't team chemistry, this is survival mode. And the irony? She's supposed to be this leader, this gritty backbone. Instead, she's the anchor pulling them under. 9 turnovers isn't just a rough box score, it's a full-blown basketball identity crisis. At this point, the only thing Reese is facilitating is highlight fast breaks for the other team. She's not a playmaker. She's a plot twist, and not the kind you cheer for.
I know why people are defending this. Let's get into it. Nneka Ogwumike, she gets up, proceeds to get boxed out, unable to move her opponent out of the way. Nneka Ogwumike retaliates, grabs her by the hips, throws her to the floor, stands over her, screams on her, flips her the double bird. Quinterly, Dallas Wings' teammate, being a good teammate, gets in the middle of the two, pushes Nneka out of the way like a good teammate should. Instead of saying, Nneka, come here, let me get you a hug. No, get up off my teammate, girl. Get up off my teammate. Nneka Ogwumike can't let it go.
You know it's ugly when defenses are begging her to touch the ball. Opponents are literally baiting her. Yes, let her cook. Except it's raw, burnt, and the kitchen's on fire. Watching her try to recover in transition is like watching someone jog in flip-flops, technically moving, but it ain't doing much. Her body language? Pure frustration without urgency. And the coaches? They've got to know. There's no way you stumble into this many disasters and think, perfect, let's run it again. But instead of fixing it, they lean into denial, sell her as a decoy, and spin it as development. Then, boom, social media drops another slow-mo clip that conveniently cuts right before the turnover.
I'm telling you, with a win last night, Angel Reese would have surpassed the Rue from Waterloo in popularity. Now, I am not saying that her dozens of aliases would have passed Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese herself, she definitely would have. Going into the game last night, Cheryl Reed, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she told the doofus duo who refer to themselves as stud buds, she told them if they lost this game to the Chicago Bravado, they would no longer be allowed to stream on Twitch.
It's all one giant illusion, a masterclass in editing. Spin the highlights, crop the box score, and hope nobody asks why the scoreboard looks like a crime scene. Meanwhile, the teammates who actually hoop get sacrificed at the altar of protecting the brand. It's not about winning anymore, it's about avoiding the embarrassment of admitting the hype was smoke and mirrors. The sad truth? Angel Reese didn't hype herself this high, the machine did. The real triple-double here isn't points, boards, assists, it's hype, delusion, and denial. The box score stands see double-double and start acting like she dropped a 30-piece masterpiece. But if you actually watch the game, it wasn't dominance, it was a highlight reel of chaos.
Lads, Angel Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that her fans are arguing that none of the techs are warranted. They are all warranted.
Sure, she gets rebounds. But let's be real, most of them are off her own bricks. Self-rebounds should be their own stat. Clean-up duty. That's not hustle. That's janitorial work in a headband. And the points? Forced. Half the time it's her teammates trying to jam her into the game plan like a square peg in a round hoop. Every possession feels like a coin toss, either a wild miss, a dribble off her knee, or a pass gift wrapped to the defense. And yet, Through sheer volume, she sneaks into double digits. The ball leaves her hands with toddler-like optimism, glitter in the air, disaster on the ground. Opposing defenders don't sweat. They say, thanks.
So Angel Reese, the most toxic player in all of basketball, is out here slapping clipboards out of her coaching staff's hand because she's so mad her team committed a foul in the crunch after she shot 15 free throws this game. This is the lowest of the low disrespect that you can show to your coaching staff. She trying to get y'all locked in, worried about the next play, and you so toxic with your terrible, awful attitude that you slap the clipboard out of her hand.
And yet, somehow, she's the face of the league. Which face, though? Because if we're being honest, she's become a walking how not to manual. Wanna learn pick and roll? Don't study Angel. Wanna see Real defense? Keep scrolling. Wanna see momentum die a painful death with one reckless drive into a wall of defenders? Congrats, you found the blueprint. She's turned pro basketball into performance art, theater of the brick. Teammates scatter like roaches when she gets the ball in the post, already bracing for either an airball into the abyss or a souvenir lob into the stands.
What's up, y'all? I just want to talk about this chick, Angel Reese, for a second. She has been all over my timeline, over my Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok. She's always pushing people and this and that. She's always in controversy. So let me address this situation real quick. How is she a professional athlete? Like, can we step back for a second and just analyze this situation? How in the world is this chick a professional athlete? She is, out of all the clips that I've seen, she is the worst basketball player I've ever seen.
But the narrative lives on, 14 and 12. Yeah, and a war crime against ball movement. Numbers mean nothing when you've got 30 minutes of wasted offense propped up by empty stats. There's a difference between impact and inflation, and Reese is living proof. She's the human equivalent of junk calories, filling, but not nourishing. Fake stats for a fake storyline. And the theatrics? Even louder. Celebrating layups while down 20, chirping after free throws while the scoreboard is screaming in neon red. It's like throwing a party on a sinking ship. Swagger is only fun when it's backed by buckets, but when you're stacking bricks like a solo construction crew, it feels more parody than power.
You made some comments about Angel Reese.
Yeah.
You called her garbage compared to Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I love black people. Mwah, 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 mwah. But I think sometimes we do play the race card too much. This ain't racial. This is about sports. This is about athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Caitlin Clark's game, who's very reminiscent of a Steph Curry, based on her range and shooting the three, plus everything else she does. And then you look at Angel Reese.
Look, swagger is cool. Confidence is needed. But there's a razor-thin line between edge and delusion, and right now she's deep in motivational poster territory. Like, missed the rim entirely, but hey, at least you shot your shot. Commentators twist themselves into knots to defend it. She brings energy. Okay, but so does a car crash. She has presence. Yeah, so does a traffic cone. Presence only matters if it adds something besides chaos. And under the spotlight, every misstep is amplified. Every bad game becomes meme fuel. Yet the machine keeps rolling. She gets the minutes, the representatives, the cameras. And everyone else just adjusts, orbiting her like she's the basketball sun, even as she scorches everything around her.
I'm sorry, but I don't know who need to hear this, but Angel Reese gotta be the worst basketball player ever. She's the worst basketball player ever. Like, do y'all guys don't understand this? She only made 2 points with 12 rebounds. She missed a couple of shots and she missed a rebound, bro. She only made 12 rebounds. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 12 rebounds.
But eventually, reality checks in. Turnovers pile up. Shot selection nosedives. Fake hustle gets exposed. And the fans who actually watch, not just scroll the highlights, see the box score for what it is, fool's gold. Hype doesn't win games. Smoke and mirrors don't get banners. Sometimes the face of the league is really just a mask hiding missed layups and tragic footwork. So sure, hype up the 14 and 12. Just don't peek too closely at the 9 turnovers, the clogged defense, the confused teammates, and the scoreboard that tells the real story. Behind every shiny double-double is a double helping of denial, and a turnover counter that never stops ticking.